Dive into the thrilling world of BGMI, short for Battlegrounds Mobile India. Born from the global phenomenon that was PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, BGMI has carved out a niche for itself in the heart of India, rapidly ascending to become one of the country's most popular mobile games. Its allure: a high-stakes game of survival where the objective is simple, yet challenging. Be the last person or team standing in an ever-shrinking battlefield. Each match is a unique blend of strategy, skill, and a dash of luck, as players parachute onto an isolated map to scavenge for weapons, vehicles, and supplies in a bid to outlast their opponents. The thrill of victory, the agony of defeat, the adrenaline rush of close calls. BGMI offers it all in spades, creating an immersive battleground that's as unpredictable as it is exciting. So, are you ready to outwit, outplay, and outlast your opponents? Let's dive into the gameplay. Mastering the controls is your first step towards victory in BGMI. Now let's delve into the nitty-gritty of the game controls. At the heart of it all, we have the basic movements. With a virtual joystick on the left side of the screen, you can move your character forward, backward, and side to side. It's simple, intuitive, and forms the foundation of your in-game mobility. Next up, we have the shooting controls. On the right side of the screen, you'll find the fire button. Just aim at your enemies and tap to unleash a barrage of bullets. Remember, every shot counts, so make sure your aim is true before you pull the trigger. But of course, we're not always on the offensive. Sometimes we need to duck and cover. That's where the crouch button comes in handy. Use it to lower your profile and make yourself a smaller target. The jump button, on the other hand, is perfect for scaling obstacles or dodging enemy fire. Now let's talk about using items. From healing bandages to smoke grenades, items can often mean the difference between life and death in BGMI. To use an item, simply select it from your inventory and tap the Use button. It's as easy as that. But mastering the controls isn't just about knowing what each button does. It's also about adjusting the control settings to suit your own playing style. Maybe you prefer a higher sensitivity for quicker turns, or perhaps you'd like the fire button a little closer to your thumb. The control settings are there for you to tweak until you find your perfect setup. Remember, practice makes perfect. The more you play, the more these controls will become second nature. It's all about reflexes, quick thinking, and of course, a little bit of luck. With these controls at your fingertips, you're now ready to step into the battleground. A good strategy can make the difference between victory and defeat in BGMI. In the adrenaline-fueled world of BGMI, strategy is king. It's not just about who has the fastest fingers or the sharpest aim. It's about who has the smartest game plan. Let's delve into some of the strategies and tactics that can help you outsmart your opponents and come out on top. First off, choosing a safe landing spot is crucial. The initial rush for resources can be chaotic, and landing in a hotspot could put you in immediate danger. Look for areas that are off the beaten path, where you can gather resources without attracting too much attention. Now, once you've landed, you'll need to loot efficiently. Time is of the essence here. You want to grab the best gear as quickly as possible, so prioritize high-tier weapons and armor. But remember, it's not just about the loot you take, it's also about what you leave behind. Don't give your enemies an easy upgrade. Next, use the terrain to your advantage. Whether it's taking the high ground for a better vantage point, using buildings for cover, or sneaking through the grass to avoid detection, mastering the map is a key part of winning in BGMI. Staying within the safe zone is another critical strategy. The play area shrinks as the game progresses, pushing players closer together. Keep an eye on the timer and plan your movements accordingly to avoid getting caught outside the safe zone. In squad mode, teamwork is absolutely vital. Good communication and coordination can turn a group of individual players into a formidable team. Share resources, cover each other's backs, and work together to outmaneuver enemy squads. But remember, no strategy is foolproof. Adaptability is just as important as planning. Be ready to change your strategy on the fly, reacting to the ever-changing situation on the ground. Remember, a good strategy is your best weapon. Use these tactics, stay sharp, and you'll be well on your way to becoming a BGMI champion. Victory in BGMI isn't just about survival, it's about outsmarting your opponents. It's a chess match, but with bullets and battlefields instead of bishops and pawns. And when it comes down to the final stages, the end game, the decisions you make can spell the difference between success and defeat. The first thing to remember is that your weapon choice is crucial. It's not just about having the most powerful gun, but the right gun for the right situation. A sniper rifle can be invaluable for long-range engagements, but in a close-quarters firefight, a shotgun or an assault rifle could be your best bet. And don't forget your secondary weapon and melee options. In the heat of the moment, having a variety of tools at your disposal can turn the tide of battle in your favor. Now let's talk about movement. Vehicles are a double-edged sword in BGMI. Yes, they offer rapid mobility across the map, but they're also noisy, attracting attention. Use them wisely. It's often better to ditch the vehicle and proceed on foot as you near the end game, using the terrain and buildings for cover. Staying hidden until the right moment can be a game changer. Patience is a virtue in BGMI. It's not just about how many players you eliminate, but about being the last one standing. Sometimes laying low and letting your opponents take each other out is the best strategy, especially if you're in a good position within the play zone. Speaking of the play zone, understanding how it shrinks and using it to your advantage is key. Use the shrinking play zone to funnel opponents into your line of fire, or to predict where they'll be moving next. But be careful, avoiding the blue zone damage is just as important. In the end, winning BGMI is a delicate balance of strategic planning, quick decision-making, and a dash of luck. With the right moves at the right time, you'll be hearing "winner winner chicken dinner" in no time. Now that we've covered the basics, let's recap the gameplay of BGMI. Our journey in BGMI begins with a thrilling parachute drop into the unknown. The adrenaline rush that hits as we descend from the aircraft, scanning the terrain for the best landing spot, is just the opening act of this strategic play. Once we've landed, it's a race against time and other players to loot for weapons, ammunition, and health packs. The world of BGMI is vast and filled with hidden treasures. Warehouses, houses, and even hidden bunkers are yours to explore. Surviving the battleground is not just about having the best gear, though. It's about strategically using the terrain to your advantage, staying vigilant for enemies, and always being on the move. Remember, in BGMI, the safe zone is constantly shrinking, and staying outside of it too long can cost you the game. Throughout the game, it's important to keep an eye on the player count. As the numbers dwindle, the game becomes more intense. This is where the strategies and tactics we discussed earlier come into play. Using cover effectively, knowing when to engage or avoid a fight, and being aware of your surroundings can mean the difference between being a sitting duck and becoming the last one standing. Finally, winning the game is the ultimate goal. Whether you're the lone survivor or part of a winning squad, the feeling of seeing "winner winner chicken dinner" on your screen is incomparable. But remember, every game is a new challenge. Each victory is a testament to your skills, strategy, and a little bit of luck. In this world of BGMI, your performance is not just about how many kills you rack up. It's about how well you can adapt to the ever-changing conditions of the battleground. It's about how you strategize, take calculated risks, and make split-second decisions that can turn the tide in your favor. So there you have it, your guide to conquering the battlegrounds in BGMI. Now it's your turn to jump in and claim that chicken dinner.